Hello, my beautiful divine beings. Thank you for joining me once again on our message from our divine guides for the daily collective consciousness. Today, I am pulling from the Sacred Spirit Reading Cards by Anna Stark, and I, of course, hope that this message will help heal and serve you in the way that is most appropriate. So let's find out what our message is for this beautiful day. Ooh, it's a little bit of a warning today. Emotional challenges. Resolve the issue. So, as I recommend every time we come to our message, just take a moment, deep breath in, let the exhale go, allow your mind to be clear and focused as we look at our card and our message for today, emotional challenges. It is not uncommon for individuals to experience regular emotional challenges. As part of the human experience is to go through different stages of the emotional wheel, from love, joy, and happiness to grief, sadness, and betrayal. Not all emotions can be conveyed at once, and therefore a process of understanding our current and past feelings to move forward with an issue or challenge is essential. We can't always be light and fluffy. We must acknowledge feelings such as anger or bitterness. Refusing to acknowledge personal anger, resentment, or mistreatment toward yourself will only leave you feeling depressed, with your self-worth being sacrificed just to please others. Right now, you are experiencing an emotional challenge. You may be feeling overwhelmed, have had your trust broken, or felt betrayed by people close to you. You may have been hurt by others, either physically or emotionally. Know that you have the resilience and strength you need within it to overcome this challenge in life. This is a temporary phase. You must acknowledge your emotions now if you would like to move forward quickly. It is important to remember not to dwell on events too long, as they will keep you stuck and stagnant in life. Verbal confrontations are possible now. Attempt mediation to remove the emotional charge out of the conversation so all parties can be heard and expressed themselves equally. Remember, you can only heal something you choose to acknowledge. If you have experienced a traumatic event or continued cycles of emotional triggers, please seek a suitable professional. It can help you unpack your emotional baggage and get to the real cause of the issue. And our affirmation with this message: I acknowledge and express my emotions with ease and grace. I acknowledge and express my emotions with ease and grace. I acknowledge and express my emotions with ease and grace. I think this is very fitting for the time we are in, of course. There's lots of chaos going on, and there's probably a lot of emotional challenges as we're learning or seeing things that have always been in front of us for the first time. There's a lot of people waking up to seeing things that were apparent, but we didn't really see them. I have many moments of that, even to this day, of things where I just realize the apparent thing that I didn't really see, even though I was trying to be open and see it clearly. Because as I mentioned on one of our previous videos, we always observe our reality through lenses of our own perspective, right? But knowing how to be resilient in our strength, and especially now, I feel like the message that's most important is we choose how to overcome this and how long this emotional challenge decides to stay with us. So whether it's something outside of us, so whether it is a financial collapse and you lose your entire retirement or lose something in this physical realm, how quickly can we let go of that anger, that issue, that emotional challenge to whatever that scenario is? I just use money as an example to allow ourselves to come back into the positive frequency and move on past it. Because if there's anything that we should all be learning is that life is not meant to always be easy. When we have these challenges that we run into that are unexpected for ourselves, there's usually has been things that have been pointing out or guiding us to see it, but maybe we ignored it. And when we finally see what is apparent, we will deal with these emotions and these challenges as we have to let them go, move on, rectify them. And that's how this spiritual growth goes, is once we realize and acknowledge things, we can definitely have the emotional challenges, and it might take us into a depression for a little bit. It might take us to be sad or super happy or whatever this challenge might be. It's up to us on how quickly we decide to heal from it, to let it go, to decide to not dwell on it. So very much like if we look back at the last 3 years, every time you turned on any type of normal thing, whether it was a radio and television, if you have TV channels, even if you didn't, you were inundated with the same fear and messages everywhere. So they didn't want you to move on. They didn't want you to let go. So this was more of a choice of you choosing to not listen so you could heal and go on and become back into being a functional human, not scared of going out in public, having to wear a mask that doesn't actually help, and be in that fear realm. So I think that also points that out too, is if we keep listening to them tell us the same thing, we're not going to be able to let go and move on, and we're going to be stuck in that emotional challenge. And we've seen that on a mass scale, especially in North America and in Europe. So this is to be a warning as well, that may happen again. We need to turn it off and choose what we take in and what messages we listen to. Have a wonderful day. As always, I really do hope this helps, heals, and serves. And I acknowledge and express my emotions with ease and grace. Namaste.